This is Join the Crowd Radio.
Yeah, what's up? It's your boy Martinelli of Martinedia.com, JoinDaCrowd.com, Playlist of Life. This is episode 28, When They Went Solo. It's pretty much for this one. It's just all these dope music artists that I took the time out to listen to, find out what records that, took them to the next level when they crossed over to go solo from their respective groups. I put this playlist together because I want to try something different, take a new approach. These playlists are themed playlists. Every playlist has its own idea, its own concept. So we just continue to keep that in rotation. So I'm going to give you a little bit of information about this one real quick. 37 memorable songs at a little over 2 hours of music artists from some of our favorite groups took the solo route. There was a time when being part of a group was the ultimate way to gain recognition in the music industry. Whether it was a duo like the Clips or a non-member group like Wu-Tang Clan, having a rap squad carried immense notoriety among supporters and fans who adored them. As with any group, there were certain members who stood out from the rest, and these were the ones who took the bold step to explore the possibility of releasing a solo record. Surprisingly, most of the time it worked. Iconic figures like Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5 made groundbreaking achievements, and thanks to rappers like N.O.R.E. who went solo after his rap partner Capone of CNN was incarcerated, the Neptunes were introduced to the world and his hit song Superdub. While being a solo music artist may require more effort, capitalizing on the momentum gained from being a successful group and releasing a hit record can significantly enhance your chances of success. First song off this playlist is going to be Bad by Michael Jackson. It was produced by Michael Jackson and Quincy Jones. It was released September 7th, 1987. This was actually off the Bad album. It was actually the second single as well as the title track from the Southern studio album. This is first have a video that shows more aggressive, edgier style of dance and song, not to mention Michael's new vision. Originally intended to feature Prince in both song and video, his part in the short film eventually went to a then unknown Wesley Snipes. The video was inspired by the story of Edmund Perry, a then recent graduate of Phillips Exterior Academy, who was killed in 1985 by a plainclothes policeman in Manhattan. Wow. Next song off this playlist is going to be After the Smoke is Clear by Ghostface Killah. It was track number 14th off of Iron Man. It was produced by RZA and it features the Delphonics, RZA, as well as Raekwon. And it was released October 29th, 1996. And what's crazy about this song, right? The song was recorded right after Ghostface inadvertently got the band, the Delphonics, involved in a shootout on their way to the studio. Crazy, right? Next song off this playlist is going to be My Prerogative by Bobby Brown. It was track number 3 off Don't Be Cruel. It was produced by Bobby Brown and Teddy Riley, and it was released June 20th, 1988. This was actually the second single off of Bobby's album. The song was nominated for a Grammy Award and peaked at number 1 on both the Billboard Hot Black Singles as well as the Billboard Hot 100 charts. After completing production on the Don't Be Cruel album, L.A. Reid and Babyface, Bobby wanted a more aggressive song and enlisted the production of Teddy Riley, leader of the New Jack Swing movement at that time. The song became a signature hit for Bobby as he used it to help shed the bubblegum image of his former group New Edition and dismiss his critics while living his life how he wanted. Go Bobby. You know we love you, we know your story, we know what you've been through, and we understand what you meant when you said my prerogative. So we salute this one to you. Hoodie Gang, what's up? You already know what this is about. You already know what we doing, Hoodie Gang. We just getting into it. Next song off this playlist is going to be It Was a Good Day by Ice Cube. It was produced by DJ Pooh. It was released November 17th, 1992. Ice Cube describes his ideal day: a pork-free breakfast, Yo MTV raps, gambling, a sexual rendezvous, and no murders in his neighborhood. The next song off this playlist is going to be Bring the Pain by Method Man. It was track number 3 off Tikal. It was produced by RZA and it was released October 25th, 1994. Bring the Pain is a hit track by Wu-Tang Clan's Method Man. It was his first single released from Meth's solo album Tikal. Released November 15th, 1994 on Def Jam Records, Tikal was an immediate commercial success. It reached number 4 on the Billboard 200, number 1 on the top R&B hip-hop albums chart, and on January 18th, 1995, the album was certified gold. On July 13th, 1995, it was certified platinum after sales of 1 million copies. I I came to bring pain, hardcore to the brain. Let's go inside. Yo, he killed that, man. And this was fresh off that Root album where he had MATHOD, man. So he was the first up the bat to go solo, and that shit just took off the way it was supposed to. So salute the Meth. Next song off this playlist is going to be one of my personal favorites. It's called My Favorite Thing, ironically, by Lionel. It features Kim, and it was track number 3 off This Song Is For You, with producers being Demetrius Neighbors, Kim, and Rex Rideout. It was released July 16th, 2013. This song is all about Lionel and Kim expressing their admiration for their partners and how they make them complete. A smooth urban R&B jam, the song marks the second collaboration between the two, following Ronald Isley's feature on Jesus from the deluxe edition of Kim's album, What Christmas Means. Next song off this playlist is going to be Nothing But a G Thing by Dr. Dre with Snoop Dogg. It was produced by Dr. Dre, and it was released November 14th, 1992. Nothing But a G Thing was the lead single to Dr. Dre's solo album, The Chronic, and highlighted the performance of Snoop Doggy Dogg following their first collaboration, Deep Cover, which was released a few months earlier. The beat is built around a sample from Leon Haywood's 1975 track, I Wanna Do Something Freaky to You. Dr. Dre also directed the music video, with features cameos from Daz, Warren G, as well as the DOC. Next song off this playlist is going to be Get the Road by Bun B. It was track number 3 off the Trail. It features Pimp C, Jay-Z, Jeezy, and Zero, and it was produced by Mr. Lee 713, as well as being released October 18th, 2005. This was actually the third single off of Bun B's album. The song was the first video that Pimp C was featured in since he was released from prison in 2005. This is also the first time Young Jeezy worked with Pimp C, and Jay-Z's second time working with UGK, the first time being Jay's iconic Big Pimpin', which he kind of like regrets to this day. The fact that he made the song, and the sexual innuendos that's actually in the song, I mean, especially being, married to Beyonce now. But other than that, the legendary Pimp C, rest in peace, him and Bun B were part of the legendary group UGK. So it's dope that when he put out a solo album, he still put a pimp on the track. Next song off this playlist is going to be Shut Above by Big Boy. It was track number 5 off of Sir Lucius Left Foot, the son of Chico Dusty. It features Cuddy. It was produced by Scott Storch, and it was released April 26, 2010. This was actually the first single off that album, and it represents a comeback for producer Scott Storch, who recently came back from blowing an enormous amount of money on a cocaine addiction. So the fact that Big Boy of Outkast, when he put out a solo album, he went to go connect with Scott Storch to give him some light again after that whole controversy of him being hooked on cocaine. And the beat for this is crazy. If you've never heard this song, man, please go listen to Shut Above by Big Boy. I guarantee you'll love it. And when I went to go search for these solo songs, be honest with you, I remember hearing it, but I never realized how good of a song it was. So I had to put this on this playlist. Alright, next song off this playlist is going to be On My Block by Scarface. It was track number 5 off The Fix. It was produced by Nasheem Merrick and Lee Stone. It was released July 30th, 2002. A straight up celebration of ghettoism, Scarface's success in the rap game could take him anywhere in the world, but he still preferred the tiny area of Houston in which he grew up. This is so fire, man. Produced by the Hitman, the piano riff is sampled from the opening to Be Real Black for Me, a 1971 soul duet by Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway. On My Block, that beat is so crazy, man. Salute to the Hitman. They had an era too when it came to producing. Next song off this playlist is going to be Incarcerated Scarfaces by Raekwon. It was track number 5 off of Only Built for Cuban Links. It was produced by the RZA, and it was released August 1st, 1995. So RZA said he wasn't making a beat for Ray. He was finished with the Ray album. He had like 13 tracks already, so he didn't feel like making it 18. He was making something specifically for Jizza at the time. But he was like, yo, he heard the beat, Ray grabbed that joint, started writing. Next thing you know, 2 hours later, the song was done. So RZA was like, here, man, this is yours. And if you actually listen to the Only Built for Cuban Links album, this is the one song where he just man, he just destroyed his solo dolo. Because most of the songs on his album, they feature Ghostface, but this one, sheesh, one of my personal favorite Raekwon songs. Next song off this playlist is going to be X Factor by Lauryn Hill. It was track number 3 off of The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, one of the most iconic albums ever. It was the second single off that album, and it was produced by Lauryn Hill, as well as a few people behind the scene. We know about the controversy behind that. We don't need to get into it. It was released December 14th, 1998. What's crazy about it is that they say this song was actually aimed at Wyclef at the time, because he was married while carrying on an affair with Lauryn Hill. Hence the tempestuous nature for the relationship described in the song. The name of the song is derived from a clever wordplay. X as an X relationship, but also X as an X factor, i.e. something special. So it's almost like a double entendre when you think about it. Shout out to the Fugees, man, one of the best 3-man groups, respectfully, 2-man and a lady group ever put together, man. And they were signed by a label in Philadelphia, the city that I'm from, which is even dope. And that label was Rough House. They were Rough House / Columbia. Next song off this playlist is going to be Woo Ha Got You All in Check by Busta Rhymes. It was track number 5 off The Coming. It was produced by Busta Rhymes and Rashawn Smith. And it was released January 7th, 1996. This was actually Busta's debut hit single after coming from one of the most iconic groups leading out of the new school, as well as having some hot-ass verses off a Tribe Called Quest Scenario. The single achieved platinum status after topping the Billboard Hot Rap Singles, a Hot Dance Music Maxi Single sales chart, and peaking at number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100. The song was also nominated for a Grammy Award and the Best Soul Performance in 1997. Woo-ha! Got you all in check. I got the headline shit that make you break. Yo, when he came out with this, it was crazy. Then he did the video with the outfits and the dance moves, man. That Busta era was insane when he dropped. Next song off this playlist is going to be Shimmy Shimmy Y'all by Old Dirty Bastard. It was track number 2 off Return to 36 Chambers, the 30 version. It was produced by The RZA, and it was released May 2nd, 1995. This was pretty much Old Dirty Bastard's breakthrough single after dropping a solo album from Wu-Tang Clan, and it was probably one of his greatest songs to date. Like, he had other records that were dope, but this one is just insane, man. Like, I could have put Brooklyn Zoo on here, but Shimmy Shimmy Y'all was just, bro. But just like Busta, like when he just broke out with it, you just knew he was something special, man. Next song off this playlist is going to be No Time by Lil' Kim. It was track number 3 off Hardcore. It features Diddy. It was produced by Stevie J, and it was released October 29th, 1996. Kim's introduction was a precursor to the perfectly raunchy lyrics that she weaved throughout nearly every single one of her tracks. Between her repping the crew, Junior Mafia, and simultaneously bragging about her sex life on lines, No Time landed her at the forefront of females MCs. Like, Lil' Kim is goated. There's no way around that. Without no Lil' Kim, you know there'd be no Nicki, and without Nicki, you know there'd be no Cardi, there'd be no Sexy Red, there'd be no Megan Thee Stallion, there'd be no Lotto. I mean, there'll be, man, she just paved the way. Salute to Eve, salute to Trina, salute to Missy Elliott, but salute to Foxy Brown, let's not forget, but Kim, man, off to the races when she dropped. Next song off this playlist is going to be Knock Yourself Out by Jadakiss. It was off his Kiss the Gang Goodbye album. It was produced by the Neptunes as well as featuring Pharrell Williams, and it was released August 7, 2001. Jadakiss being the lyricist that he is, man, and being such a great person that can combine the hipness, the flyness with the street shit. We had to love Kiss, man. I mean, coming from a legendary group like The Box and a dope-ass record label and organization and crew like D-Block, Kiss dropping a solo album, man, everybody was anticipating it, man. Everybody I know was anticipating Kiss dropping a solo album. So when he came out with Kiss the Game Goodbye, and he dropped this hit single, man. It was like, whoa, he ain't really keep it that street, but he definitely kept his vocals, his lyrics, his wordplay street, as well as hip, as well as fly, and he ended up putting out a hit record, man. So we gotta salute Kiss for that. Next song off this playlist is going to be Back That Ass Up by Juvenile. It's track number 13 from 400 Degrees. It features Lil Wayne as well as Manny Fresh, being produced by Manny Fresh as well. And then it was released November 3rd, 1998. Girl, you look good, won't you back that ass up? You's a fine motherfucker, won't you back that ass up? This is probably one of Juvenile's biggest hits. I mean, he had other records like Slow Motion, but this one right here was super fire, man. It just kind of like connected to the genre of bounce that New Orleans is known for. It's kind of like that party music, that early 90s vibe, you get what I'm saying? Something like this, man, it's just iconic. Like a song like this will play forever and ever and ever. At every block party, at every bar mitzvah, at every wedding, at every bachelor party, at every strip club event, just everywhere, man. Like, goodness, you'll hear this everywhere, like forever. It's just one of those records. It's so iconic. Gotta salute Juvenile, man. And you know where he coming from. The legendary group, the Hot Boys, Cash Money Records. So, man, when I heard this shit when I was a young boy, I was like, whoa, they can say this? Next song off this playlist is going to be Vibrant Thing by Q-Tip. It was track number 10 off his album Amplify. It was also produced by Q-Tip as well as being released August 4th, 1999. And we all know Q-Tip from the legendary crew, A Tribe Called Quest. Not only is this his standout single, but he was part of Violator. So, you know, Violator had like LL, they had my song before he went to jail, like they had 50 over at Violator, they had Missy Elliott over it, yeah, Violator. Rest in peace to Chris Lighty, much love to Mona Scott. Violator was definitely a movement at that time, man. So it's dope just to see like Q-Tip drop a hit record after being part of one of the most legendary groups ever, A Tribe Called Quest. I mean, I love this record. People probably try to shun it now because of the legendary status that Q-Tip had as a solo artist and being part of, you know, such an iconic group. But this shit was a banger, regardless of what anybody think. Like, I personally love this record. Hoodie Gang, what's up? You know how we doing. You feel what I'm saying? We gonna keep this going, man. When they went solo, Hoodie Gang, you already know. It's your boy Martinelli, Martinmedia.com, JoinDaCrowd.com, playlist of life. Let's keep When They Went Solo going, man. Next song off this playlist is going to be Crazy in Love by Beyonce. It was track number 1 off of Dangerously in Love. It features Jay-Z. It was produced by Rich Harrison. And it was released May 18th, 2003. This song revolves around falling in love and doing things you wouldn't normally do without a care. The inspiration for the song struck after Beyonce looked at herself in the mirror in the studio and thought she was looking crazy, which led to Harrison coming up with the hook. We couldn't figure out what to write. I was looking crazy with my clothes and I kept saying, I'm looking crazy right now. He said, bang! That's the hook. The song ended up topping the charts in both US and the UK in 2003, making it the only one to do so in that year. Additionally, it earned the singer 2 Grammy Awards in 2004 for Best R&B Song and Best Rap Song Collaboration. Salute to Beyonce, man. This was the second collaboration effort between Jay-Z and Beyonce when they were dating at the time. Bey asked Jay to write a verse with the song on the night she had to turn her album in. The hook is sampled from Are You My Woman, Tell Me So by the Chicago group The Shy Lights. And you know what iconic group she comes from. Destiny's Child. Next song off this playlist is going to be Posted B by Morion. It was track number 2 off the Sex playlist. It features Chris Brown as well as Janae Aiko, and it was produced by Mike Free and Mustard, as well as being released November 11th, 2014. This was actually the second single off his 4th album. The lyrics capitalize on a loose interpretation of the word post, which usually means to sin as in now, or to stand as in a bedpost or a basketball stand posted up in the paint. And when you think about it, posted B is actually a play off words because it's supposed to be pose, not P-O-S-T. P-O-S-E, like supposed. But this is hip-hop, this is urban music. You know how we like to flip words around and give them their own meanings and their own enunciations. So salute to Maria, he's from that legendary group, P2K. What this playlist is going to be Motivation by Kelly Rowland. It was track number 3 off of Here I Am. It features Lil Wayne. It was produced by Jim Johnson and Rico Love, as well as being released March 2nd, 2011. Miss Kelly Rowland herself, one of the most beautifulest chocolate women I know. All respects to her husband and her family, but to me, she's my number one when it comes to beautiful black women. Hey, my preference, it's how I feel. But other than that, being part of such an iconic group like Destiny's Child, and also having to deal with all those transitions that they made when members quit or members got fired, or members switched, and new members. So for her to go through all of that and then be willing to drop a solo project and then put out a hit record like this, Motivation was just such a baby. And it's another one of those songs that I could just play anytime, man. Like, I love this song. Next song off this playlist is going to be Fuck You by CeeLo Green. CeeLo Green from the legendary group The Diddy Mob. It was released August 19, 2010, and it was produced by the Smeezing Tins. The crazy thing about this song, right? This was actually the first single off of his album, The Lady Killer. And it's him rapping and singing over a lot of beat, telling the story of a girl breaking up with him for a richer man. He goes on to describe how this girl is a gold digger and would still be with CeeLo if he had more money. The crazy thing about this song, man, is like when you listen to it, it gives off so much personality. Like the crying sounds, the voice changes, like CeeLo just really went there, man. I mean, he's part of 2 legendary groups, originally Goody Mob as well as, Nas Barkley. But when he went solo, when he put this out, crazy, bro. Just such another banger. Next song off this playlist is going to be Glamorous by Fergie. It was track number 7 off The Duchess. It features Ludacris and it was produced by Ryan Fear, will.i.am, and Polo the Dog. So Fergie was once originally part of a girl group, but then she also became part of the legendary group The Black Eyed Peas. And after success of running with them, she decided to put out a solo album, and that's how we got Glamorous. Such a dope song, man. Like, she was riding the hell out this beat, I ain't even gonna hold you. And it also peaked at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming Fergie's second number 1 hit on the chart as a solo artist. That's fire, bro. Salute to Fergie Ferg. Next song off this playlist is going to be Ghetto Superstar, That Is What You Are by Prize. Legendary. Fugees member. It was track number 2 off the album Ghetto Superstar. It features Maya as well as Old Dirty Bastard. It was produced by Prize, Wyclef, Shay Pope as well as Jerry Duplass. Crazy thing about this, man, Prize is one of those members of the group that you didn't even think that was going to put out a solo project. So for him to come up with a record like this and then go number 1, that's insane, man. It just goes to show you sometimes when you pull away from a group, you want to put out a solo album, it can be a hit or miss. But if you come from a legendary, iconic group that are known to make hits, you put out something, it's bound to be a hit because you already have a following that's going to, tune into it. But this was a complete hit. When you put Maya, her spectrum, Old Dirty Bastard, his spectrum, as well as Prize with the dope ass beat, man. Ghetto Superstar is another one that's going to be played forever. Played forever, you know what I mean? And I believe Prize is locked up right now, so free that guy when you can free that guy, man. I don't know the logistics of what happened and why it happened. I heard some things, I'm not going to embellish, but free that man when you can free that man. Next song off this playlist is going to be Holla Back Girl by Gwen Stefani. It was produced by the Neptunes. It was released November 20, 2005. Coming from a legendary group like No Doubt, Gwen Stefani was bound to go solo, man. She had a hit record with Eve too, so her going solo was just definitely bound to happen. This song was spurred after Courtney Love made a comment about Gwen Stefani in 17 magazine. Being famous is just like being in high school, but I'm not interested in being the cheerleader. I'm not interested in being Gwen Stefani. She's the cheerleader, and I'm out on the smoker's shed. Gwen already had a history with Courtney. See, Love made it pretty obvious that she had a relationship of some sort with Gwen's husband and Bushfront and Gavin Rosedale. So Gwen took the cheerleader comment to heart and made a bass-heavy high school diss track dressed as a cheerleader. Salute the Gwen style family, man. And this is why I do these playlists of the gang. This is why I shoot these video episodes. Give you guys the backstories as well as the origin, the producers, the drop date, the features, all of that good stuff, man. I never really knew that. You guys might have known that, but the fact that I can get that information out to the people who don't know that, this is what this is all about. When they went solo, man, we're just digging into these solo songs from some of these great artists that were part of our iconic groups. Next song off this playlist is going to be Frontin' by Pharrell Williams. It features Jay-Z. It was produced by the Neptunes and it was released June 3rd, 2003. And you know he's part of the iconic production team, the Neptunes, and he was also part of a really dope group called NERD. Now this song was pretty much produced by him as well as production credit from Chad Hugo, who was the second member to the Neptunes. In this track, Pharrell speaks in second person to a girl he's falling for, and who's also falling for him. The crazy thing about this song is that it was such a hit record that it kind of scared Pharrell, because he was known for being a producer, maybe doing a hook for your song, maybe hitting some background vocals on your song. But when he put this song out, he didn't realize it was going to get that big, and it kind of scared him for a minute. I mean, you got a whole on the song. What would you expect to happen? So he kind of pulled back a little bit from actually dropping a solo album until like later on down in his career. Because to him, he just wasn't expecting the world, the masses, the fans, the supporters to gravitate to the song as much as they did. But either way, man, music is music, and when you already been known for making hits with other people, people's gonna gravitate to you, man. It's kind of like just being able to put yourself in an environment where it's just like, you know what? You did it all these times. Go put your best foot forward and drop something. And then you had Jay on it. Come on, bro. You knew it was gonna be a hit record. But I get it though, because you had mad more hit records after that. So I respect it. Next song off this playlist is going to be Super Thug by NORE. It's track number 13 off the self-titled album NORE. NORE is Nori from CNN, Capone, Noriega, legendary group. It was produced by the Neptunes and it was released January 21st, 1998. This was actually Nori's second single off his debut album. You know what's crazy about that? The way Nori used to count his bars, he used to say what to count the bars to the song. And if Pharrell was in there, they couldn't really come up with a hook. Pharrell says, you know what, use your bar count technique as the hook. Nori probably looked at him like, man, is you fucking crazy? He said, man, just give it a try. He did it. Pharrell put some background vocals on it. He added another sub part to the hook. Next thing you know, Super Thug, super duper hit fucking record. And it really kind of like introduced the Neptunes to the world at that time. So salute to Nori for bringing us that sound. Man, so off this playlist is going to be Good Times by Styles P. It was track number 2 off Against the Gentleman. It was produced by Saint Vincent and Swiss Beats, and it was released August 11th, 2002. Now this song is based around a legendary song by Freddie Payne called I Get High Off Your Memory. Crazy thing is, Swiss said he only used it because he heard the words I get high, and he know how much Styles smoke, you feel what I'm saying? And Styles being such an urban street rapper coming from a legendary group like the Locks and the legendary squad called D-Block, you know you had to bring him a banger, man, something that was still street, something that was still vibing, something that he could definitely rock out to. And they flipped the shit out the sample and killed the song. It's probably one of the greatest get high anthems of all time, man. It's definitely up there. Definitely up there. When the beat drop, you already know. Next song off this playlist is going to be A Milli by Lil Wayne. It was track number 3 off the Carter 3. It was produced by Bangladesh and it was released April 23rd, 2008. And we all know where Wayne comes from, that legendary hot boy group from Cash Money Records. This was actually Wayne's second single off his Carter 3 album, and it featured Corey Guns. The song was actually leaked prior to the album's release. The single itself is 6 times platinum, man, and it peaked at number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, top both the hot rap tracks and hot R&B hip-hop song charts. He also won a Grammy for it, mainly in the Best Rap Solo Performance category in 2009. The crazy thing about it, the sample in this song is actually from a Tribe Called Quest song, I Left My Wallet in the House of Thunder. Yo, how good is that? Shout out to Bangladesh who actually produced this. I wonder if he ever got paid off. That's another backstory for a later date. If you know, you know. It's one of them things. Next song off this playlist is going to be Birthday Song by 2 Chainz. It features Kanye West. It was produced by Sunny Digital and it was released July 24th, 2012. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Next song off this playlist is going to be I Like the Move by will.i.am. This was actually track number 4 off of Madagascar's Escape to Africa soundtrack. It was produced by Hans Zimmer as well as will.i.am and it was released November 7th, 2008. So here's the kicker, right? I Like to Move It is actually a remake from a guy by the name of Real to Real. And it had reggae vocals from a Trinidadian rapper named Mad Stuntman. So when you listen to the original one, this was like 94, 93, 94. When you would listen to the original song, and then you hear the will.i.am version, you sit back and think, well, which version is actually better? Something to think about, because the original was a fucking banger, but I like how they flipped it and gave it a little more funkiness to it. But me personally, I love the original. The original just can't be topped, man. I mean, and then it's for a kid's movie. You know, it's on a soundtrack for a kid's movie, so you can salute will.i.am for that. And the reason I chose this song, I mean, will.i.am has a bunch of hit solo records, but this is just one that I wanted to get the backstory behind it, so you guys can understand that this was actually a remake. Next song off this playlist is going to be Bands That Make It Dance by Juicy J. Believe it or not, the version that I put up is actually a remix, because this one features 2 Chainz as well as Lil Wayne. It was produced by Mike Will Made It and J-Bo, and it was released September 11th, 2012. I believe the original Bands That Make It Dance just got Juicy J, but this one right here is the banger because it has 2 of the most dope music artists, rappers that was out at that time. 2 Chainz as well as Lil Wayne, and you know them 2 got mad songs and mad projects together, so it's dope that Juicy J recognized that and said, yo, I'm gonna put y'all on with this song and can rock out on this joint. And we all know where Juicy J is from, right? Legendary group 3 6 Mafia. Bands Make It Dance. Bands Make It Dance. One of those songs that's gonna stick around for a while. Next song off this playlist is going to be Cloud by Offset. It was track number 12 off of 5.4. It features his baby mama, Cardi B. It was produced by Metro Boomin, Southside, as well as Q Beats. And it was released February 22nd, 2009. I mean, I ain't a gossip person, but to see what Offset and Cardi going through right now, it's just crazy, man. None of my business, but hey, it is what it is. But this record is banging. Do anything for clout. Do anything for clout. There have been various attacks on their marriage by individuals all the time. Fabricated pregnancies, bad cheating scandals, all different types of rumors. I mean, we see what they're going through now. So some of it is justified. But they put out this song together because they felt like a lot of people was chasing clout off their career, coming up with all these different rumors circulating and all these lies. He was messing with this person, she was messing with this person, so they said, fuck it, let's do a record together. I mean, they're still going on with all the speculation. That's why they're not together. That's why I said baby mama instead of his wife, because at one time they weren't married. But lo and behold, it's still a banger. I would have loved to see them do a full project together, but hey, I'm just a fan. Looking from the outside. And last but not least, this is going to be No Bars by JT of the City Girls. She decided to go solo. I love this joint because it's just her rapping, bro, like just spitting spitting. She doing her little bragging, her little Miami shit, but she rapped her ass off on this joint. Everybody was pleasantly surprised when this dropped. So, this was actually produced by Ritchie on the beat and Knock. It was released July 14th, 2003. Crazy thing about it is, she be saying some real shit, like she done been to jail, credit card scams, all types of shit like that. Real Miami street city girl, you feel what I'm saying? And the fact that she was part of the City Girls with Miami is just like, at the end of the day, you can tell who's really the rapper, who's really the spitter, and that was just JT. There was some little rumblings back and forth that they weren't seeing eye to eye. That's kind of why the group broke up, but I don't really dig too much into that, man. I just know once she dropped this shit was a banger. She done dropped any real bangers ever since. When I heard this, I said, yeah, I definitely have to put this on the playlist, man. So, salute to JT from the City Girls. Did I do my due diligence here for you guys today, man? You already know, it's your boy Martinelli, man. Hoodie Gang, what's up? So you know what we about to get into now. The legendary Marty says, it is bittersweet when a standout member of a group decides to go solo. While we cherish the group's unity, we cannot help but recognize the individual's talent and hope for their future endeavors. Throughout history, numerous artists have chosen to embark on solo careers. Iconic figures like Diana Ross or Lionel Ritchie exemplify this trend. This compilation spans the 1980s, the 1990s, and 2000s, encompassing various genres such as pop, R&B, and hip-hop. Each of these artists have left an indelible mark on the music industry, and their solo works are among my personal favorites. I trust that you enjoyed this compilation as much as I did in curating it. Again, when they went solo, songs from music artists that were part of legendary groups that decided to go solo. You got Offset from the Migos, you feel what I'm saying? Like, you got JT from the City Girls, you got so many dope groups, and when they drop solo records, that one member from the group tends to stand out. And 9 out of 10, it's a good song, it's a good record. So I wanted to get this to y'all, bring this to your attention again. This is episode 28, Playlist of Life, Join the Crowd, your boy Martinelli. Yes, that's the new moniker, the name has changed. It's fitting because it's kind of like a collaboration of all the names I've had over the years, all into one. You got Nelly, you got Marty, you put them together, Martinelli. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, man. Glad to put this one together for y'all. Episode 29 is on the way. Before we stop the promo run for, when they went solo, I want to do one more special thing with this project before we go. It's episode 29. You guys will really love what I'm about to do. You will see that soon. You will definitely see that soon. So until then,
JoinDaCrowd.com.